It looks like this is something more. Remember we watched that thing about Frogan trying to go at Asmongold, and Asmongold just kind of went. Well, it looks like Rev may be going more in depth into it. But also I think he's going to be talking about something that's been going on with Hasan and maybe some more stuff with iDubbbz and Creator Class too. So this is like this one's like a 20-minute or so. It's gonna. It looks like there are multiple topics that they's gonna be discussing. Okay, aloha. Good luck. So let's jump into it and see how much we already know and how much is new. Shall we?
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we have some more drama to cover because why not? If you've been paying attention to the channel over the past month or so, there's been a never-ending stream of drama, and one of the participants in this focus of drama has been the Rat King himself, Asmongold, who once again finds himself the target of a bunch of different, well, usual suspects who are trying to accuse him of many crazy things. Now, what did he do this time? Well, recently Asmongold made a take on Twitch and the very big PR crisis they're currently facing thanks to a lot of political streamers who are saying out-of-pocket stuff. And in this clip we're going to watch, Asmongold is aware enough, self-aware enough, to understand that he is a part of this network of content creators who are pushing a lot of PR nightmares onto Twitch, and notice that he names certain individuals that will be relevant for the rest of this video. So here's the clip.
Okay,
again,
let's
make
go.
sure you recognize names because it will be relevant in just a second.
I.e. chat, there will be a test later. Pay attention.
That's what I would do. If I wanted to optimize ad revenue, you know what I would do? I'd ban politics. That's what I'd do. Just ban it. The odds are that me and Hasan and Tectone and Frogan and Denims and Central Committee cause 90% of the PR problems on the entire website. That is...
I'm going to disagree with that statement. Excuse me. I actually don't hear much about Tectone myself. The most I've heard about Tectone was when he claimed that Twitch contacted him and told him, you are about to be perma-banned because of things that you've said about Frogan. Again, I have yet to hear about any communication. Oh, I keep forgetting to turn those off. Thank you, old Kuma Bear. Thank you for the follow. He still has not presented, and to my knowledge, he has not presented any communication from Twitch saying, hey, we're going to permaban you from this. It's all on his word. And other than him going on the unsubscribed podcast, I have not heard anything about Tectone. So I don't think that this would apply in terms of banning political content. And as far as Asmongold being problematic for political content, no. I don't. He has takes on it, but that is not the majority of his content. Asmongold is, he may talk about some things that are political, certainly. It is certainly, he does certainly maybe talk about politics in general, but he takes it, as an overarching view. And, Duran! Thank you for the tier 2 6 months in advance. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my god. Guys, oh my god, you guys are going fucking crazy with the subs tonight. Thank you. No, Revan, I appreciate there are a lot of sponsors that don't like him. And the sponsors don't like Asmongold not because of his political takes. They don't like Asmongold because he's, shall we say, crude. And guys, don't start celebrating too much. I have to hit that 3 months in a row. I hit it if I hit it this month just now, that's fucking amazing. No question. That's fucking amazing if I just got it for this month. I do need to be able to achieve it. I need to get that for the next 2 months also. You have to do it for like 3 months in order to lock in. But if I do, that'll be fucking unbelievable. Okay, I gotta get back to I have to say, Ember, stay on track. I have to stay on track. Okay, lock in. Why advertisers don't like Asmon is because he is crude. He uses foul language. He speaks on topics that may have something of a political bent, and he does so in a crude manner. And he basically just plays it straight. And he just, like I said, like we described him yesterday, he is basically the definition of chaotic neutral. So he doesn't take a side. He just looks at it from an overview and says, okay, this doesn't make sense. This does make sense. But he does it because he doesn't give a shit. He does it in what could be considered a crude way. And that's why advertisers don't like him. Because he's popular and he's crass, he's vulgar, he speaks on subjects in a very brash manner. That's why advertisers don't like him. Whereas these three promote terrorism, which is totally different. So I think it's Tectone and Hasan are not causing these two. I don't feel are causing the advertisers to jump ship from Twitch. I honestly don't think that's what's causing it. It's these three. And their absolutely insane genocidal rhetoric that is causing that is causing did I? Okay, sorry, Asmon and Tectone. These two I don't think are causing the advertisers. These three, because they basically preach genocide and they call for the unaliving of individuals, they're the ones that are causing the advertisers to jump ship. Central Committee, I don't know overly much about Central Committee, so I'm not going to, I can't commentate on that. But honestly, it's like, the banning political content it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it because already advertisers had the option not to advertise on streams that have political content. They already have this option. The problem is that you have streamers that say and do absolutely fucking heinous things on their platform, and Twitch is not enforcing their own TOS. The issue is not that there's political content. The issue is that the Twitch TOS is not being enforced on their golden children, particularly this one, when he says stuff that is beyond inflammatory and is actually dipped into terrorist sympathizing, terrorist recruitment, and genocide. And Twitch has done nothing. That is why the advertisers are jumping ship. Because since Twitch is not enforcing their own TOS against some very specific individuals that have very particular ideologies, advertisers are saying, okay, Twitch is clearly becoming a platform to promote this content because Twitch is not following their own TOS. They're not banning people or booting people off the platform that have had multiple violations of this TOS. And so that means that Twitch is tantamount to Twitch is agreeing. That Twitch's company is agreeing with what they're saying because they're not enforcing the TOS on them when they say these inflammatory and outright bannable things. And that is what is causing the adverse. It's not political content. It's not like the issue is not simply, okay, we need bad political content. That's not going to fix the problem. with Twitch. That is not what the issue is at hand. It's how Twitch is enforcing their own TOS with the blatant favoritism that they're showing, and advertisers are seeing this.
That is crazy.
Pretty fair take if you ask me, but of course one of the people named in that discussion is Frogan. Yes, the very controversial Hasan orbiter who had a lot to say.
No. Red is too nice to say this. I will say it. He's not a Hasan orbiter. He's a Hasan cock gobbler. Let us not fuck with it. He's not an orbiter, or if anything, the only thing she's orbiting is his cock. Okay? Let's not fuck with it. Rev is trying to be nice. I applaud Rev. Rev is trying to be nice. I applaud Rev for being nice. I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to call it how it is. And that's how it is.
About this clip. So, someone on Twitter shared a clip of what we just watched through Dexerto here, and Frogan would quote tweet that saying, "You consider me political because I wear a hijab. I am not like you, and I do not make political content anywhere but typing a tweet once in a while."
And once again, as a repeat from yesterday, the lie detector test determined that was a fucking lie. That was a fucking lie. It is bullshit. And everybody knows it's bullshit. And everybody, I guarantee you, this tweet is chances are she probably privated the account or has made it so only followers or only people she follows can respond to it. Because otherwise, everybody would basically be screaming liar at her in this tweet. Guarantee you. Now, she probably protected the account or has probably set it to only people she follows can reply to it, because otherwise she will get inundated. But this is bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Very rich coming from Frogan, of all people, who is an extremely political content creator, now trying to act like they don't do any of that stuff. They're above it. They don't participate in anything political. And Asmongold is clearly, by her definition, some racist, some bigot who's only going after her because she wears a hijab. Once again, for the 1000th time, people like Frogan are trying to use their religion as a shield to deflect any criticism that they're facing for the many ridiculous and, yes, political things that they have stated over the past couple of years of their streaming career. And Asmongold would have a response to this ratioing her in this tweet, and the series of tweets would get so much traction. 40,000 likes on Frogan's tweet and 60,000 likes on Asmon.
Mike, he's not. That's the ever-loving point. People love to try and claim that Asmon is racist because he points out the fallacy of their arguments, which is par for the course. That's how anyone is going to get called racist. If they try to say, oh, you should agree with me because of these reasons, and you go, no, I don't agree with you, you are then labeled as a racist. So honestly, Asmon being labeled as a racist is not special. It's not, because these people will call everyone racist that does not agree with them, that does not wholeheartedly deep throat whatever shit they're shoveling. They will label them as racist.
Asmongold's response saying this: "Don't try to use your hijab as a shield for your disgusting behavior. American soldiers deserve PTSD, Arab/Jew racial tier list, sub goal to make a 9/11 cake, called October 7th mass murders a revolution. Those are PR problems. Obviously, your religion isn't the problem. You are." And that is correct. Very well said. Of course, there's a reason I gave this a like, because he really summed up everything Frogan's about very quickly. Not only someone who uses her religion as a shield for criticism, but also someone who has said very political and outrageous things. Everything shit.
I mean, you guys are saying based. Asmon is not the only one to call out this stuff. Okay? Asmon is not the only one to say this. He is not. I've said it multiple fucking times. I didn't do this because I didn't know that she called the October 7th murders a revolution. I was not aware that she'd said that. But I've called out all this. I've called out this bullshit. Like, Asmon is far from the only person. I mean, yes, he has the loudest voice. Like, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, like, okay, yeah, it's like, saying he's, reading this and going, oh, Asmon's based, Asmon's based. Okay, sure, he's correct, but he's far from the only one to say this. And realistically, it's been said so often. Honestly, just stating facts. As much as I appreciate the label myself when you guys say that I'm based for saying it, it's literally just stating facts that have been said by hundreds of people. We're past calling this out as being based. We are past that, and it's now just, these are just simply facts. No, Slag, I took no offense. Fear not. Don't worry. But at this point, it's not based to say that, because you're literally just saying facts. It's not like you're dropping a bombshell or you're doing a mic drop that would warrant Asmon, me, AC, anyone that has called this out, like Rev, as anybody calling this out as based, because it's not like a mic drop anymore. All of us have been saying this for fucking months. And at this point, it's just facts. It's reiterating facts. It's keeping the facts in the public's eye. It's just reminding them, these are the facts of the scenario. You're not going to try and obfuscate or get people to forget that these are the facts. So he's more of like a truth reminder or a fact reminder as opposed to being based. Which is an odd tangent for me to have been going on, but that's just kind of, I feel like, to basically just the calls of based for just restating the same facts that have been said time and again, be it Asmon, me, or anyone else. Let me put it this way. I don't want based to go the way of so many words that have lost power. I don't want based to be overused to the point that it becomes worthless. Like we've seen with other notable words of power. That's what I'm trying to say. I wanted to retain its specialness. It should be reserved for bomb drops, mic drops, things like that. That's kind of the roundabout point way that I have eventually been able to make my way around to say.
Shared right here is true. These things happened. And that's what Frogan is most well known for. And that's just, part of the controversies she's been a part of. But of course, people would have very normal responses to this, like this weirdo saying Arab/Jew racial tier list, and then calls Asmongold a mom-murdering cockroach man, still pushing the line that not liking Sabra hummus is racist against Jews. So,
okay, motherfucker, the moment you put this out, your entire argument was invalid. The moment you opened up your argument with this, you basically tanked your entire goddamn argument. Seriously, you're going to try and claim you have a point against Asmon, and you open it up by claiming that he murdered his mother? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This shit. These are the people that Hasan, Frogan, Denims, all of them cultivate. Because of the rhetoric that they push on their streams. Which could have been nipped in the bud if Twitch had followed their own TOS. But because Twitch didn't bother following their own TOS and has treated Hasan like their golden boy, shit like this continues to propagate. That's basically it. And by the way, Holy Cobra, thank you for the tier 1. Like, pushing the line that not liking Sabra hummus is racist against Jews. Where did he say this? Where? Thank you, Tysel. Where did Asmon even hint about something like this? Because, yes, it was an Arab-Jew racial tier list. That is precisely what it was. That is factual. It is factual. The tier list they made up was how Arab are you, with Arabs being at the top and Jews being at the bottom. That is literally a racial tier list. That is facts. And Gatal Fumador basically has drank the Kool-Aid and is so desperate to suck Hasan's cock that he's gonna try and come after Asmon about this. The thing is, Asmon doesn't care. So many people have tried to come at Asmon about his mother, and he's just like, I don't care. I live in reality, and I know that's not reality. Y'all are talking out of your ass.
Besides the disgusting comment about Asmongold's now deceased mother, this is a very ridiculous cop-out about the Sabra hummus stuff. This is a tier list that was made, very clearly made, with Jews being in the F tier and Arabs being in the S tier, ranking people by their race. It's very obvious, and you can see people weaponizing the community notes. This is a proposed note saying this. The claim that Frogan created an Arab/Jew tier list is unfounded. The tier list reference was the Who Has the Habibi Pass live panel section at TwitchCon, which has repeatedly been mischaracterized.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Whoever decided to say this, no, it has not been mischaracterized. It literally is ranking S to... The whole purpose of S to F tier rankings is to basically say good versus bad. Yo, and I realize it's not shown. It failed. It's saying not shown on X. But this brain-rotted person that suggested this, yes, both Jews and non-Jews appear on various levels of the list, primarily Jews being at the bottom of the list and everyone else being in the upper tiers. But the whole purpose of an S through F tier list is to showcase good or bad. If you are in F tier, you are bad. If you are an S tier, you are the best. That is the entire purpose of an S through F tier list.
Jews and non-Jews appear on various levels of the list. That's not true. That's not true at all. And also, this note is ridiculous. It's argumentative. This is not the point of community notes, okay? It's not for you to make an argument in the actual note itself. You take these to the reply section, and on top of that, let's keep in mind...
And that's what. They're doing community notes like this because if they actually take this to the reply section of tweets, they will get absolutely dogpiled and destroyed by comments. That's why they take it to the community notes, because no one can actually, because they won't actually get challenged by anyone when they put in a community note. They just have to hope that enough people will go in on the community note so it pops off on the tweet. That's why they're doing this. Because they've tried commenting in the comment section and the replies with this lie. And when they do, they get absolutely dogpiled. And metaphorically beat to hell by people going, you are the dumbest motherfucker to have existed. You're full of shit. You're lying. And here's the actual facts. And so that's why they do this. Because they don't have that negative response by people calling them out on their bullshit.
Actual note itself, you take these to the reply section, and on top of that, let's keep in mind, this Twitch panel that was so disastrous for Twitch, Chevron and other sponsors, they left Twitch entirely because of the backlash of this panel that they unintentionally sponsored. They were slapped on there as a label as they were going through the list. And again, let's revisit the actual video and subsequent tier list that Frogan posted. This was her own thumbnail promoting the video from that TwitchCon event.
And he wasn't even on it.
You can see
she puts
Arabs in a higher portion of the list and then puts Jews in the F tier. Very clear message, especially when you consider the fact that Ben Shapiro is put down there in the F tier despite not even being a part of the event. He was not included in the rankings. She just tossed him in here for the sake of this thumbnail to really hammer home that the Jews are in the F tier. Completely ridiculous. And Frogan would have the nerve to respond by saying this to Asmongold's reply. You thinking a tier list about who can use the Arabic word for my love is political is exactly the point I'm making. I don't really know.
And again, I will call this out. He did not say it was political. He said it was racist. Asmon didn't say any of this was political. He called it what it was, and he called it racist, because that's what it was. Like I said in the when we watched the clip yesterday, she said, you thinking a tier list about who can use an Arabic word? That is literally Frogan and all of her psychopath people that she, in her circle, literally gatekeeping language. That is literally what this is. It is not political. It is just blatantly racist. Flat the fuck out. This is pure fucking racism. I will call this out right now. Frogan is a fucking racist. She is a racist and she's trying to gatekeep. She would like an entire language gatekept. Unless you have a pure bloodline. Unless you have a pure bloodline, you should not be allowed to speak the Arabic language. Boy, that kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it, chat? Doesn't that sound a little bit familiar, the whole thing about the pure bloodline? Interesting. It kind of sounds like something that they love calling others, doesn't it? Little bit, huh? Just a little bit. And by the way, Sketty and Immortal Senpai, thank you for the gifteds. Thank you so much.
Know what point you're making at this point. It's desperation. And of course, people would point out very clearly that Frogan has said stuff like this in the past, saying, I'm not going to put my beliefs aside. Everything is political. Every single thing. If you are not open to learning and changing your beliefs, I am done with you. So.
Okay, first and foremost, no. Everything's not political. People like you, Frogan, make everything political. You make everything political, so a conversation cannot be had because you literally turn every fucking thing that is said in a conversation into a political diatribe. That is a you problem, and no one else's. This is strictly all on you. If you cannot help but make everything political, you have a problem. You need to unplug and you need to get yourself checked. Flat fucking out. Okay? This is delusionary. This is a mental disorder. If you that you are unable to talk about anything without it being political. All right? That this is all on her. No one else. She can blame no one with this statement except herself.
Hasan is blatantly leading a borderline extremist activist group on Twitch. It's written on the damn wall. Normies won't know about that unless Hasan himself is investigated.
I don't think I'm a lot dumber than you thought that I thought I was once.
Hey. Yeah, this is... Let us move on. We'll move on.
So the person who says everything is political is suddenly not political when she's being criticized for being political. How convenient. But anyways, this would be another angle of this
here we
drama
go.
where, of course, Hasan Piker would weigh in.
Zed, you are correct. And I lump them in the same vein that I lump Frogan in. Like, there are people that literally make everything political, which is wrong. Stop fucking doing it. Literally, stop making everything political just to make yourself feel better or to try and push a narrative. Fucking stop it. And no, I'm not talking to anybody on YouTube, any of you guys, chat. I'm talking about the internet. Stop. Get help.
Angle of this drama where, of course, Hasan Piker would weigh in. He didn't like seeing his orbiters being attacked, so he would weigh in as well here, saying that basically this entire clip where Asmon talks about Twitch and how they should ban certain realms of politics would optimize ad revenue, and he has a very big problem with that and says that he's not a controversial person. Asmon is, and even threatens to sick his friends in the journalism scene on Asmon. This is Rich. Go ahead and watch this clip.
Problems that are caused for the entire website is never actually covered by real PR, and it's just the sweatiest fucking losers on Twitter that get mad, and then those sweatiest losers on Twitter will then try to get like actual outlets to cover it. Like, hey, why won't CNN cover this? Why is CNN covering Hasan positively? Like, these guys don't understand.
CNN wasn't covering Hasan positively. It was the exact opposite, you fucking moron. CNN had the ADL on saying that you're promoting terrorism, that you're an extremist. You are actually living in goddamn opposite world, saying CNN has covered you favorably. Dude, the desperation, I can taste the desperation coming off of him right now. He is trying so fucking hard to twist the narrative and to basically pull a 1984, saying, do not believe your own lying eyes. That is what he's doing. He is literally telling you, do not believe your own lying eyes.
Understand, most people in mainstream media don't know who the fuck Asmon is, don't know who the fuck Tectone is, don't know who the fuck Frogan is, Denims is, Central Committee is. They barely know who the fuck I am. Okay?
Wrong. You've made the news. Asmon's made the news. Both of you have made mainstream news. Tectone, Denims, Frogan, Central Committee, sure, the mainstream news doesn't know who they are. I'll agree with that. But they damn sure know who you are, and they damn sure know who Asmon is. When Asmon caught his 2-week ban, that made mainstream news. Asmon's 2-week ban for not actually violating TOS made the mainstream news. You, dumbass, have made that mainstream news recently. When the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, actually called you out on CNN and basically said you're an extremist. And that you've showcased terroristic propaganda. Oh, Zuri? Yes, I know. I know.
Okay? And the ones who know who the fuck I am in mainstream media obviously understand that, like, I'm a controversial figure, but ultimately a force for good, a force for progressive politics.
What?
We are lucky.
Someone get the straitjacket. Someone get the straitjacket. he has officially lost his goddamn mind. He has gone around the bend. There is no coming back. Somebody get the straitjacket and get the padded room ready. It's time to ship him off. The fact that he can try and quantify himself as being a force for good, that is delusion of the highest fucking order. That is something literally serial killers think. Okay? It is literally psychopaths and serial killers that view themselves as being the good guy.
Some village is missing its local idiot.
Don't insult the local idiot. Don't insult the local idiot like that. Like, seriously, he is acting like every evil villain in Hollywood. You know how every evil villain that wants to literally destroy the planet, and they act like they think that they're a force for good because, I don't know, humanity is a plague on the planet and we have to wipe it out to save the planet. So I'm a good guy. I'm trying to do good for the planet by destroying everybody. That's literally his line of thinking right now. He wants to destroy Western civilization for the good of the planet, and he thinks he's the good guy. He is literally exhibiting psychopathic behavior right now.
That mainstream media does not know who the fuck Asmongold is. If I wanted to destroy Twitter, I would literally go to every single one of my journalist friends and be like, hey, cover Asmongold. Cover how cover how Twitch is allowing Asmongold to run rampant, to run his fucking dirty ass dick all up and down the goddamn platform, saying the most insane shit. But I'm not like Asmongold. I don't want this fucking.
Yeah, because if you were like Asmongold, advertisers would still be around. Hey, dumb fuck. The advertisers are leaving Twitch because of you. The entire platform is tanking because of you, Hasan. You are the reason why things are going downhill. Which he, Lobster Shaver? You're going to have to be a little bit more specific. He does hate Asmon because Asmon sparked and kicked him off his fucking throne as the top political streamer without even trying. Don't fuck with it. Hasan absolutely hates Asmon. He hates him with a passion because Asmon, so easily dethroned him. And Asmon does not even care. And that traps his ass to the extreme. He fucking hates it. But here's the crazy thing, chat. Here's the crazy thing. What Hasan was just saying. Let's go live in Fantasyland for a second, okay? Let's go live in Fantasyland. Hasan goes and contacts his journalism buddies that he claims to have. And they write puff pieces where they lambaste Asmon and they call Hasan a bastion of goodness. Okay, let's live in Fantasyland for a minute. And because of this, Twitch decides to actually boot Asmon off the platform. Okay? Because of these puff pieces, because of pressure from Hasan, let's pretend like they actually do boot Asmon off the platform. Do you know what would happen if that occurred? You know what would happen if Asmon actually got booted off the platform because Hasan put pressure on journalists? Yeah. Twitch would die. If Twitch permabanned Asmon because Hasan said to do it, Twitch would die. We're already seeing streamers jumping ship. All the rest of them would jump ship in a heartbeat. Not only would the advertisers jump ship, the streamers would jump ship. If they booted Asmon because of what Hasan is saying. Twitch would be done in a month. They would lose 75 to 80% of their streamers, and thus they'd lose fuck tons of revenue. YouTube would see a massive fucking bump in their numbers, and Twitch would go away. That's what would happen if Hasan got his way. Well, he might move to Extron. He's talking to he's like tweeted out to Elon about streaming on X and making X a viable streaming platform. We'll see where that goes. But YouTube would skyrocket in the amount of streaming it has.
Fucking platform to perish because I'm selfish. Okay? That's what he's been doing, though. He has been actively trying to get all of these other people to cover Twitch in a negative fashion. It hasn't worked because most people don't know who the fuck Asmon Gold is. Thank God.
Yeah, they do. They know who Asmon is more than they know you, Hasan. And you fucking hate it. You're butthurt by it. You fucking hate the fact that Asmon is well known far more than you are. Way more. Not only that, far more people like Asmon than you. You are starting to become universally hated. And you can't handle that. You fucking can't handle it. And seeing you so butthurt like this, like the way your voice is going up, listen to the way his voice goes up. He's reeing like a little girl at this point.
Oh, he has been actively trying to get all of these other people to cover Twitch in a negative fashion. It hasn't worked because most people don't know who the fuck Asmon Gold is.
To the best of my knowledge, Asmon has not been trying to get anybody to cover Twitch. Asmon has not approached any media to ask them to cover about Twitch. No one. People are covering Twitch because you, Hasan, are fucking the platform. And that's why they're covering it. Asmon's not doing a fucking thing.
Thank God. Okay? But he's aligned with people who are actively trying to send tens of thousands of emails to the likes of like CNN, NBC, MSNBC, who are working, Dan Stalkman is the guy I'm talking about, who are working in unison with the Anti-Defamation League, also known as the Apartheid Defense League,
well, here we
try and get...
Wait, also known as what?
With the Anti-Defamation League, also known as the Apartheid Defense League, to try and get all fucking advertisers to remove ads from the platform. Why? Because I'm still on the fucking platform. They are actively trying to make this a PR issue while simultaneously turning around and being like, we should ban politics, actually. It's just a real PR issue.
This is pathetic.
Yeah.
I think the funniest part...
That is pathetic. That is so pathetic. That is such a pathetic attempt to try and say, look how wonderful I am. Blame everything on Asmon. Blame Twitch failing on Asmon. When every single fucking scrap of evidence is pointing right at you, fucko. Every fucking bit of it. Every advertiser that is pulled out of Twitch has said it's because of Hasan and those in his sphere. Every fucking one of them. You had a couple advertisers a while back that maybe bounced out because of Asmon. Sure. All the advertisers coming out in this current apocalypse are all backing out because of you. Chevron, one of the biggest oil companies with literally billions of dollars that they could have spent on Twitch, backed out because of your people. Hasan's own people caused one of the biggest potential contributors to Twitch to back out because of their bullshit. That's all you need to, that's all that needs to be said. You, Hasan, are causing all the advertisers to go away. Because none of them want to be involved with a terrorist sympathizer and someone who actually promotes terrorism, literally promotes terrorism on your platform. And they don't want to have anything to do with a platform that is A-okay with it. And no, the most recent ban where they tried to Sharpie weight in that one of the reasons for your latest 24-hour bullshit ban was because you did that doesn't count. Everybody and their fucking dead grandmother knows that was bullshit. That was spit. So don't even fucking try it. And Onaga, thank you for the follow.
You should ban politics, actually. It's just a real PR issue. Yeah.
I think the funniest part about that entire clip is that Hasan Piker acts like Asmongold is not relevant. He tries to say that nobody knows who Asmongold is, despite the fact that Hasan himself for the past week has been eternally seething over this information right here, where it turns out that Asmongold is one of the top 10 most searched YouTube terms on the entire site. And Hasan had a meltdown over that. He was coping, he was seething, he was very jealous about this fact. And keep in mind, Hasan Piker, his name is not even in the top 100. So that really goes to show you a lot of common people do know who Asmongold is. In fact, they know Asmongold more than Hasan. And that should be obvious by the streaming numbers itself, right? Like, Asmongold's getting almost double what Hasan Piker gets. Hasan used to be the top political streamer. Now he's been overtaken by Asmongold. And he can seethe about this. He can call him a roach, a cockroach, say his room is dirty, all these things. But at the end of the day, people identify more with him than they do with you. And what does that say about someone who's seething about that fact? I don't really know. There's no self-awareness whatsoever. But of course, Hasan would go further and call out Asmongold for bringing hate to Twitch. Yes, he even said he creates a dangerous environment for trans people, every different kind of background, promoting the Trump administration, bringing it to a private Twitch space. Listen to this.
Now, what pain is that?
Okay, hey, chat, okay. Everybody, we need to listen. The terrorist sympathizer, the terrorist promoter who has advocated for the genocide of millions, who has advocated for the death of government officials, okay? The genocidal psychopath is about to speak, chat. Okay, are we ready? The genocide psychopath, the genocide promoter is preparing to speak. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Has been caused, though, to be honest. What do you mean? He's the largest political content creator, and he has created a dangerous environment for trans people, for people of every different kind of background. He actively is promoting the Trump administration and bringing it here to a private space like Twitch. And
how cute. Asmon's trying to protect. I'm sorry, Asmon. Hasan is trying to pretend like he gives a flying fuck and two shits about transgender people. Chat. The terrorist promoter, the genocidal psychopath who has called for the death of U.S. governmental officials and congresspeople, is trying to pretend that he gives a fuck about the transgender community. Hasan, you're not that good of an actor. You're nowhere even close to being that good of an actor. Okay? You don't give a fuck about trans people. And I'm going to say right now, I'm going to say this right now for anybody watching my stream, for anybody that will be seeing my video tomorrow when I post it. Hasan, transgender people of the internet, Hasan is using you as a prop right now. In this statement he is making, in this video from his stream, he is using you as a prop to try and attack Asmongold. He does not give a fuck about you. You are nothing but, you're basically a Yu-Gi-Oh! Attack card to him on Asmongold. He does not fucking care about you. Okay? And please, feel fucking free to call him out on it. Because he needs to be called out on it. Because he does not fucking care. He cares about himself, and that's it. Doesn't fucking care about trans people. doesn't care about anyone other than basically the Arabic peoples, doesn't give a fuck about them. He cares only about himself. And that's it. He's proven this. He does not give a shit. Point blank.
And normalizing that kind of discourse, normalizing that kind of sentiment in the same exact ways that I have normalized, I guess, progressive values.
No, motherfucker, you have normalized promoting terrorism. Or at least you're trying to. Granted, everybody's calling you the fuck out on it. You're trying to normalize promoting terrorism. You're trying to normalize genocidal jihads. But no one's buying it. No one's fucking buying it. You're trying to normalize the fuck out of it. You're trying to say that the genocide of an entire people is A-okay. And no one's buying it. Flat up. So, don't even fucking bother trying, dude. It ain't gonna work.
Except my normalization of progressive values does not actually end up causing harm to others. You know what I mean? Unless you are a fucking fascist. In which case, yeah, okay. That's fine. Asmon recently attacked the trans streamer over a 7-second clip, causing other people to pile on. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fairly large content creator, so it doesn't really bother me as much. Fascists love you. Get the fuck out of here. Point to one singular fascist who has ever said anything positive about me. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Okay, at least half the people in your stream that aren't hate watching you and that actually gobble your cock up with every word you say. How about them? Seriously. Like, anyway, I'm gonna let it continue. I'm just gonna let him keep, cramming his foot down his own throat. Cause that's all he's doing. Every word that spews out of his fucking mouth is just another inch of his own feet getting, is just another inch of him deep-throating his own feet. Along with the terrorists over in the Middle East. He's deep-throating them too.
Yeah, I think anyone who's halfway reasonable is looking at the stuff and understands how ridiculous Hasan Piker is and how lacking in self-awareness he is, but he was not the only one seething over Asmongold. This is a very weird situation involving the musician bbno Money.
Here we
now,
go.
This is someone
Here
I've
we go.
listened to. I enjoy some of his music, but he has been really hyper-focused on Twitter culture, okay? This guy wakes up...
Okay. First and foremost, I'm ashamed of the fact that this guy's in Canada. I'm not pleased with this fact that this person's Canadian. However, what we are about to see, chat, shows you just how much of a goddamn hypocrite this person is. Okay, just wait for it. We're about to see just how he is a musical artist, RPX. That's true. He is in Vancouver. Which has become an absolute shithole these days. So I guess it's the proper place for him.
And his priority recently has been appealing to people on Twitter. I don't understand what's going on with this guy, but clearly he is fixating very...
Fink! How dare you? How dare you? I'm not like that. I'm not like that, am I, Think? Hmm? Am I like that? I forget where I live. Choose your words carefully, Think. Yeah?
Hasan when the camera is off.
Now, Colonel, he's busy beating his mate to like terrorist photos, like his Luffy, that whatever the fucking terrorist that he called Luffy. He's busy beating off to a picture of that guy. Doing, oh, I want you to my ass so hard. That's what he does off screen.
Heavily on appealing to the average Twitter freak. Okay, and he's made many self-serving virtue signals.
Yes, Falcon, I am an American, but I live in Canada, and I have lived in Canada for many years. This is currently my home. I consider Canada my home right now. Okay? Yes, I'm an American, but I'm also a permanent resident in Canada, so I'm also kind of Canadian too. I can be both.
Twitter freak. Okay, and he's made many self-serving, virtue signaling type tweets. I mean, this is like the average stuff you see. Very stunning, very brave.
For God's
this definitely
sake.
goes hard if you're a 14-year-old who's terminally online. Like, this is very brave from him. But recently, he came out with a new music video for a song called Mary Poppins, where he shared this as well. Spread love and positivity. And in the caption of this clip right here, it says, at the time of recording, I was unaware of certain individuals' ethical beliefs. As a result, I've chosen to censor those whose values I do not support. Additionally, all funds generated by this video will be donated to the PCRF. Okay, so who's he talking about? Asmongold. Yep.
Notice in his phrasing, I was unaware of certain individuals and pluralized this. Pluralized individuals, so multiple people. As a rule, I've chosen to censor those whose values I do not support. He's implying that there are multiple people in this statement. Keep that in mind. And man eating donuts. Can I have one? And thank you for the follow, by the way.
PCRF. Okay, so who's he talking about? Asmongold. Yep, he censored Asmongold in this.
And that's it. In the statement, he implied that there were multiple people that he censored. Asmongold is the only one that he censored. The only one. Which, Rev will probably get it in this, but I want to say it first. It's my stream. Asmond actually responded to this. He's fine. Asmongold responded to this censoring, and he's flat out said, it's fine. He's fine with it. He's like, I understand, he's trying to, be viable as a musician. He was perfectly understanding. He didn't think at all ill. He even posted it on Twitter. Actually, he made a joke saying, "Wow, you gave me such great big teeth." Like Asmon was totally cool with this. Was not offended in the slightest.
This music video where apparently OTK was featured, and this was recorded some time ago, I believe like a year or two ago, was apparently when this was recorded for this music video. But you can see the only person in this shot that is censored
Good question, Kevin.
is Asmongold, who's sitting right here, front and center, and he put a little lizard mask on him, I guess. This is very weird because when you do stuff like this, when you say this person's beliefs are so bad that I have to censor them, you're essentially saying everyone else in this shot, I agree with what they're saying. I don't have a problem with what they're saying. And that's a pretty crazy thing to say and a pretty big thing to sign on to. On top of that, it's like, dude, if this was such a big deal to you, if you thought this was so offensive, why didn't you just reshoot the video? You kept this guy in there. You kept Asmongold in the video. You made him the main character of this video. Make no mistake whatsoever. bbno Money made Asmongold the main character of this music video. He made this a way bigger controversy than it ever would have been if he just left him in the video uncensored. But no, he has to impress a bunch of wackadoos on Twitter, so he censors Asmongold's face.
Not just wackadoos on Twitter. I'll see if Red is going to talk about this, but there's more to this. He was trying to impress one specific person. We'll see if Rev talks about it, though.
And includes him in basically the entirety of the video. It's just weird. It's really pathetic. Like, baby no spine, right? Baby no backbone.
Yep.
Many different iterations of
Baby no balls. He's handed his balls over to Hasan. Baby has no balls. They are currently in Hasan's pocket. So he has no balls whatsoever.
Of that you can make, but this guy clearly backed down. And also, oh, you don't believe with the ethical statements this guy has made? Well,
here we go. Here we go.
What are we doing? Are you going to talk about Hasan Piker? Are you going to condemn him for saying America deserved 9/11? Are you going to condemn him for supporting terrorist organizations? Are you going to support him for platforming terrorists on his streams? For saying all kinds of disgusting, out of pocket stuff over and over?
So calling for the death of U.S. sitting congressman? Gonna throw that in there every fucking time because he did it. And nobody should ever forget, he literally on stream called for the death of a sitting U.S. congressman. Multiple, I believe.
Again, are you going to call him out? Are you going to censor your past content with him? Are you going to say anything? Because I know you're just like iDubbbz. You discovered empathy at the ripe age of whatever you are. Yeah, I don't know, man. Seems kind of weird that you're singling out Asmongold so hard with this, but you're not saying anything else about other people you have very publicly associated with. This whole thing is a ridiculous mess. And of course, Asmongold, being the guy he is, he's taking the high road. You know, I'm not going to take the high road. I'm going to say stuff here that he might not do, but he says in good spirit about the situation that basically has no hard feelings and he understands. Well, let's listen to it.
In general, like, this is why, like, and you guys may or may not notice this, right? But, like, this is why I've moved a lot away from, like, collabing and doing anything with anybody else, is because I know that obviously a lot of people don't want to be involved with the things that I do. And so to me, I don't view this as like a bad thing, right? Like, it's just the way it is. And so, like, whether I have like everybody agreeing with me or nobody agreeing with me, that doesn't change the fact of like the way that I feel, right? And it's not going to like make me feel like I'm a bad person or like upset or anything like that. So does that make sense? Tecton is the back. Well, no, you aren't fully censored. I can see your ass in the background. Well, maybe, right? I don't know if that's really me or not. No. I wish that was my hairline, dude. Wake's hair is that's Wake. Wake has way better hair than I do, and no, definitely not. And do you think censoring you is going to highlight it and make a bigger deal out of it if they just left it alone? Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's up to them. Like, they're going to do the video however they want. I mean, like, it's not up to me. I don't really care. They do whatever they want. So yeah, in general, like, that's how I really feel about it. And so, and this has been the case for a long time, is that, like, I obviously go over and I do a lot of controversial stuff and I do a lot of edgy stuff. And so I don't ever blame people for not wanting to be involved with it or not wanting to be involved with me because of it. Because the amount of, like, hate that I get, and like, honestly, another person that would understand this is Hasan. I mean, Hasan would understand this the same way. Is that a lot of people probably are friendly with Hasan, but they might not want to do things with him publicly because they don't want to put themselves in the crosshairs, right? They don't want to get involved and, like, you know, get attacked by all of these people. And so it's the same thing for me, right? Is that a lot of people, like, you know, like the amount of people that are like I was like number 8 on YouTube for like the most searched for term. There's a lot of people talking about my content, having opinions about me, etc. And because it's been so... It's been so widespread, it puts a lot of pressure on people to not to have a viewpoint on it, right?
Yeah, like I said, he's
chat. They made the worst possible blunder they could have made. Not Asmon, but Hasan and Baby No Balls. And everybody in that sphere. You want to know what that blunder is? Asmongold is now a martyr. They allowed Asmongold to gain martyrdom status.
No money. More like baby back. Little bitch.
These idiots have actually made it possible for Asmon to achieve martyrdom. Think about what he just said in this. I don't have this is not simply taking the high road. He literally said, I don't blame him at all because this is why I don't do collabs, because, you know, I know that's, you know, there are a lot of people, primarily it's on that other side, that view Asmongold hostilely and that any collabs he might have with someone could paint them in the crosshairs of these unhinged fucking lunatics from that side. And he doesn't want to put anybody in metaphorical harm's way. So Hasan and everyone in his sphere, including bbno, because that is my new name for him, bbno, have just allowed Asmongold to become a martyr. And nothing lights a fire on under people's asses more than supporting a martyr. And they just allowed him to achieve that status. Because of this, he was able to actually make a public statement to the effect of, I get it, I don't want to hurt anybody else because I don't want anybody to basically catch strays from my content, and which is why I don't do collab. And he just and they just allow him to become a martyr. Bravo fucking vo, Hasan, Beatty no balls. You just played yourself.
On it, right?
Yeah, like I said, he's been a very good sport about this. He's had a sense of humor, and he also added this reply to a related tweet saying, very generous of them to give me more teeth in post-production. Never had someone care like that before. And really, what else is he going to do in this situation other than try to be a good sport about it? Like, I mean, he's kind of put in a very awkward place. But on top of that, you know, just overall, you can see Hasan reacting to this. And this whole thing, as the tweet suggests, stuff like this is why the left keeps losing. This is just, my God. What happened, dude? What happened where people are so sensitive, they see someone that has a different opinion or something they don't agree with, and they have to censor them entirely, and they pretend to care so much publicly, but will still include the person and put a big censor label on them and highlight them even more in a music video they could have just simply reshot or not shared at all, but apparently getting this video out was so important they had to include him with the censor, and it seems again that Asmongold and his subreddit's having a good sense of humor about this, using the new lizard censor here as a background, but overall...
Okay. This? Using this as the new banner? This is based. This is based. Hell yeah, okay. The mods for the subreddit here, good on ya. That is a gamer fucking move right there.
Everything we talked about today is ridiculous. So much drama over complete nonsense. People who refuse to take any accountability for what they say, and also having no self-awareness whatsoever. But hey, that's Twitch. That's the modern internet experience these days, and yeah. So that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, this is all coming to a head. This is all going to be coming to a head pretty soon. We're seeing acceleration. At this stage in the game, we are seeing acceleration for this kind of thing. And it is going to come to a head very soon, I think. It might take several months, but now that this is starting hitting the mainstream, where you've got the ADL involved, that has the ear of some very high-profile individuals, I do think that we may very well start seeing some acceleration on this. And how it ends, I don't know. I cannot even predict how this will conclude. It can conclude. Thank you, Durahan. This will either conclude with Twitch finally growing a pair of balls and doing something about Hasan and all of his inner circle, or we're going to see a mass exodus from the platform and potentially a platform shutting down. That's what we're looking at. And I honestly don't know what the end result is going to be. I don't even want to guess it because I do not know. Legitimately, I don't know, and I don't even want to guess because shit has just gone so fucking crazy with this that it's not even funny.